Hello everybody. I know that Easter was a few weeks ago, but I'd like to take everybody's mind back there to Easter morning and then maybe even 3 or 4 days before that to Holy Thursday, the Passover meal, the night before Jesus died on the cross on Good Friday. Because on that Holy Thursday, as Jesus ate the Last Supper with his disciples, a part of the Jewish Passover included singing hymns. And what we're going to look at today from Psalm 118 most likely was the last Passover hymn that was sung that night, and then that means that would have been the last hymn Jesus would have sung with his disciples before he went to the Garden of Gethsemane and he was betrayed by Judas, and that kicked off a chain of events that ended up with him being on the cross on Friday morning. But that hymn, Psalm 118, and if you didn't know, the reason we're calling it a hymn is because that's what the Old Testament Psalms were for the Old Testament people, is kind of like their hymn book. Listen to some of these verses that Jesus would have been singing from Psalm 118 with his disciples the night before he died. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. When hard pressed, I cried to the Lord. He brought me into a spacious place. The Lord is with me, I will not be afraid. What can mere mortals do to me? The Lord is with me, he is my helper. I look with triumph on my enemies. It is better to take refuge in the Lord than to trust in humans. They surrounded me on every side, but in the name of the Lord I cut them down. They swarmed around me like bees, but they were consumed as quickly as burning thorns. In the name of the Lord I cut them down. The Lord is my strength and my defense. He has become my salvation. And then the last one, the one that I want to focus on. I will not die but live and will proclaim what the Lord has done. Isn't that something? The night before Jesus died, he sang a hymn with his disciples. These words, I will not die but live and will proclaim what the Lord has done. Was God lying in writing that in the Old Testament? Was God tricking people in having them sing that as a part of the Passover Psalms? Because Jesus certainly died just hours later. And yet, what a great phrase, I will not die, but live. You see, he was not in the grave long term. He was only in the grave for a few hours, really. And then long term what's happening is that he lives, praising his heavenly Father, and because of that we also will join him in all of that. So as Jesus prayed and sang the night before he died, these hymns of trust, we can do the same. Because the Lord brings us into a spacious place as well when we are hard pressed. Because the Lord also gives us that assurance, the Lord is with me. What can mere humans do to me? The worst thing that happens is they take my life, but I will not die, but live. And I'm going to proclaim what the Lord has done. Even if pressure and overwhelming trouble surrounds us on every side, that need not take us down to the pit of despair or ruin. Because, again, I will not die, but live, and I will proclaim what the Lord has done. What a powerful thing to keep close to your heart. We're not going to die even though we do. We will live for eternity because that's Christ's promise. As he shares with us, because I live, you also will live. Easter victory means we will always be proclaiming what the Lord has done. And that takes a whole lot of pressure off of us. Pressure that otherwise would force us to consider what we have to do to save ourselves. What we have to do to try to make things right or better. What we have to do to try to figure out how to live after we die. But Jesus has taken all of that pressure away. Take these words to heart, these Easter wonderful words from Psalm 118. I will not die but live and will proclaim what the Lord has done. Great words to live by.